Hi guys, so today I just want to introduce a few little Lightroom kind of secret tips and tricks that I don't see a lot of people using, but actually can increase your workflow speed and just make your pictures look a lot better very quickly. So today I'm actually going to be talking about the camera calibration menu in Lightroom, and it's an area that I don't see a lot of other people going to, but is actually really a powerful tool in the Lightroom adjustments menu. So with this file, this is the standard imported look that we get with a raw file out of Nikon D610. And you can see it's a little bit flat looking, kind of gray. And then this is the final images I got. So if I just switch over to the final edit, I basically kind of increase the contrast and everything. The greens look a lot better, the skin tones look more vibrant, and everything looks a little bit sharper and so forth. But how I achieved 90% of this look is just with a simple one-click action. So I'm just going to go back to that original file, and we go under camera calibration, and then under profile, just go to camera vivid. And we can see that the greens got a lot more vibrant, the skin tones got a little bit better. It's still a little bit dark because I haven't adjusted exposure and so forth, but we just get a lot more contrasty, more engaging look in the photograph. So that's how I achieved 90% of it, and we can just see the difference between the final and just that vivid adjustment. So I adjusted the exposure a little bit, and so forth. Now I'm going to take it over to a Canon file, because Canon and Nikon actually have different camera calibrations, and what those basically are is the picture profiles that you'll find in your camera. So for example, if you're in JPEG and you want to shoot a more vivid picture, you would take it into the vivid picture style, but you can't do that with a raw file because it's just the raw data off the sensor, but that's actually all built into Lightroom under the camera calibrations. So here, I'm actually just going to take this back on here, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So here's a Canon file. It was shot on a 7D, and I just want to show you. So here's the Canon camera calibrations that you can choose from. We've got faithful, landscape, neutral, portrait, and standard. There's no vivid option, so it's a little bit different. But on a portrait, you might want to go with, so here's camera faithful, and that kind of flattens everything out a little bit. Camera landscape, so that kind of made everything a little bit orange, which is okay. It looks better, but not quite what we want. Neutral will flatten everything out, kind of like it does on the Nikon version, but that looks really flattened out. Portrait, it's a little bit better. It added a little more reds to the skin tones, but it's still a little ghostly looking, so we don't want that exactly. And then standard should be pretty close to the Adobe standard. Yeah, so the Adobe standard is just a little bit darker maybe, but pretty close. But what I like to do with these files, actually, I'll just leave it in Adobe standard, and I'll increase this slider for saturation under blue primary. And what that's going to do, you'll see, is it basically increases the vibrance, but it doesn't do it too heavy-handedly, and it increases the vibrance of like every color in the scene. So we can see the greens get a lot more vibrant, the skin tones get more vibrant, pretty natural looking. So I'm just going to leave that about there, and that looks pretty good. But if we go, let's go back actually, and I'll show you what vibrance does. Compare those two. So if I bring the vibrant slider up a lot, you can see that quickly things get a little overdone here. So everything kind of gets this orange reddish tone that we don't want. So that's a great way to quickly adjust your photos, is just with this slider here. So that's it for today. I just want to introduce that because it's a little secret that I learned, and it can really make your pictures a lot quicker and easier to process. For example, on that last set I showed you, I basically copied that vivid calibration across all the photos because they were all taken outdoors at the same time, same kind of setups, and it worked really well across all of them and sped up my editing time tremendously. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I will get you more tips soon. Thanks. Bye.